All right, what's going on out there, folks? Rooster here in Tennessee, coming at you with a Fat Boy 2 HG2879C. This is a two pill with the HG2879Cs in it. First radio we're going to drive it with here is going to be our Uniden 66XL. Does about 10 watts average and does about 38 watts peak or so. Average power stays the same no matter what we're dead keying. Well, we've got our dead key set up right now. I think we're keying about 3 watts or so into it, give or take. But we're going to test this thing, and I'm also going to test it with a Stryker 447. Since it is the HG2879Cs, it'll take more drive than this radio. Now that's all up to you. Obviously, driving it with a radio like this, it's going to last a lot longer. But with the HG2879Cs, they do take a little bit more drive. So you can be able to hit it with like a high power export radio like a Stryker or whatever. White LED light in there, super bright. Not quite as bright as the camera showing, but real bright. It does have a remote jack on the back, fan on it, what have you. We're testing at 14.5 volts. Again, 2879Cs. I've been told they'll handle up to 15.5 volts pretty safely, but for the purpose of this video, we're doing a 14.5. So let's start out driving it with this radio, 14.5 volts. By the way, amp has a remote jack on the back. Don't know if I said that or not, and comes with this little bracket here if you want to fasten it to something. So we've got a 1,000 watt slug in there right now, and that means we're going to be looking at the bottom scale. We're on average power first. I'll go ahead and key up. That's about a 50 watt dead key. Audio into about 150 average. Audio, radio, just talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Talking over 100. Audio, drawing about 30 amps right there. So 150 average. Let's go to peak. Audio, radio. 400 watts, pretty easy. Could say a little more, but audio, radio. A little bit past 400. Audio test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Audio. Like I said, 150 watts average, 400 peak. Maybe a little more than 400, but we'll call it 400. And that's with about 35 to 38 watts going in and about 10 watts average. So getting a pretty good amount of gain right there out of these. And I like the way that runs. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pause the video. I'm going to get a 447. I've got 2 brand new 447s that are ready to go. And I'm gonna get them up here and hook one of them up, and we'll drive it into it. Now we're going to be driving this thing a lot harder, probably driving it kind of to the max. Probably going to see some different outputs because the Stryker's average power varies with the carrier, although the peak power stays the same. So anyway, let's get one of these Strykers and hook it up, and we'll see what happens. I'll be right back. Alright folks, so here we are back. We've got our 447, which is going to do about the same power basically as what a 955, 655 does, but 447 here. We've got our RF power just cracked open a little bit. Let's see if we can show you what it's doing here. Peak kit's still on, and we're just going to key up and see what she does. Audio 1, 2, 3, audio 1, 2, 3, audio about 100 watts. That first hash mark, we're still on a 1,000 watt scale. So right at 100 watts peak, audio test, 1, 2, 3, audio test, 1, 2, 3, audio test, 1, 2, 3. But our carrier is down pretty low on the 447, so we're not expecting a ton of average power out of it. But we'll check average just to see. Audio 1, 2, 3, audio 1, 2, 3. Audio 1, 2, 3, audio 1, 2, 3. So still right there around that 10 watts average ballpark. Now, we could turn it up and this thing will do 20 or 30 watts average, but when we turn it up that high, the carrier is going to come up too high. The dead key is going to come up too high. for our to drive into our 2-pill. Let's just show you here on a 50-watt slug, if I can get my slug in here. So we got a 50-watt slug in now. I've demoed these radios before, but just for this video, I kind of want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, well now we're looking at the 50-watt scale. Audio test, 1, 2, 3. Audio test, 1, 2, 3. Audio. You know, right there around 10 watts. Audio, 1, 2, 3. Audio. And that's off a 4-watt dead key. So let's keep in mind 4 watts. That's where we're going to go back to. But I just want to show you guys. I'll roll this thing wide open and show you what it does average. Audio 1, 2, 3. 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 So it'll do 30 watts average wide open. But let's cut it back down to 4 watts. Must have bumped our talkback knob while we were at it. A little high, let's go a little bit lower. That's almost 5. There we go, 4 watts. So, and again, peak. Audio 1, 2, 3, audio 1, 2, 3, audio 1, 2, 3, audio 1, 2, 3. 50 watts in the corner. So the peak watts are still holding up. Just when you turn that carrier down, the average drops down some. So 10 watts average, peak showing 100. I know that kind of sounds a little strange, but that's how these newer exports run. When you decrease or increase the carrier, the average power comes up and goes down with it. So now we're back, got our 1,000-watt slug in here. We're doing 10 watts average, 100 watts peak, dead key in 4 watts into this thing. And let's see how it handles it. Let's see how it reacts. So this is the 447 going into the Fat Boy. And let's let her rip. 14.5 volts. Bottom scale, about 75, 80 watts. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio. So a little bit less average than our Uniden. Audio. 125, 130 watts average. And let's see the peak. Expecting our peak power to come up a good bit. We are driving it with 100 watts versus 35 or 40 watts. So we're expecting a big increase on the peak here. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio 1, 2, 3. Over 500. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio. Test. Audio test. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio. Actually drawing about the same current. So what happened between the difference of the two radios? We lost about 25 watts average, and we gained about 100 watts peak. That's just the way the radios are, but that's what one of these will do, driving into one of these 2-pills. Still nice and cool. I think they'll run fine together. We weren't drawing any more current because our average power, remained kind of the same, actually dropped off a little bit. About 28 amps, 29 amps with both of these running. So that's the radio and the 2-pill. Just the radio, let's see what it draws. Hello. It draws about 5 amps itself, the radio does. And then with the 2-pill. Hello. That right on 30. So there you guys go. If you've ever wondered about driving just a regular 2-pill with one of these 447s, 500 to 600 watts peak, 130 watts average, 125 watts average. If we brought our dead key up, we'd get more average, but that was dead key in about 75 watts. And that's pretty much where I feel comfortable running a 2-pill at. You might creep up to 100 watts or whatever, but anyway, that's the test. That's a Stryker 447 HPC2 versus a Uniden PC66XL. New school versus old school, driving the 2-pill. I've got 2 of these ready to go for the break, or to outside the break if somebody wants one of these. One 2-pill right now, but hopefully some more coming, and a few more amps that are going to be up for grabs. If you're coming to the break tomorrow, look forward to seeing you there. And if there's anything you see that I have that you want, beforehand, just let me know, and I can probably arrange getting with you before. All right, guys, Rooster in Tennessee. I think I'm about to hook up a 4-pill and see how it does with one of these. But hope to catch you guys out there. Shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. See you, bye.